In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your fog light bezel grille piece on this Toyota Camry. Let's get started. I'm going to start underneath the vehicle and remove the splash shield from the bumper. You'll see 3 10mm screws, one in the corner and 2 on the front here. Let's remove all 3. This one holds both shields on. And this one in the corner goes through this little splash guard for the wheel, or the wind deflector. And it also holds the splash shield and then into the bumper. Now do the same exact thing on the other side of the vehicle. You'll have 3 screws laid out the same way. On the side, you'll see a clip that looks like this. You basically have to turn it 90 degrees, just like that. That should unlock it so that you can pop it out just a little bit, not all the way, and that will allow you to pop the bumper cover out of here. If you don't unlock it, it could break, so keep that in mind. With that loose, you'll see a little Phillips head push clip here. So with a small screwdriver, try to unthread it. If it doesn't want to unthread, you're going to need something to help pry it out as you unthread. This is most of the time too small for a trim tool, so I can try to use this, but the head of it is pretty much going to slide right through. But if you can get it unthreaded just a few turns, you should be able to pop the rest of it out. Sometimes spraying a little bit of rust penetrant in there can help, and then work it in and out. Try not to break this unless you are planning on replacing it. There we go. That's much better. You don't have to remove the center all the way out, but if you get it most of the way out, this should pop right out. Perfect. And now you'll be able to take this bumper cover and pry it outwards. It's just held on with some clips up here. There we go. That popped out. Now if you go from underneath on each corner, if your vehicle has fog lights, press on the tab and unplug the fog light bulb. All right, do the same to the other one. At the top, let's remove this entire piece that covers the top of the bumper cover here so we can get all the push clips out from underneath it. This itself is held on with a bunch of push clips all across, so remove them all. To remove these, you want to push the center down if you have this style, unless yours have been replaced, and then pop the rest out. Now you can remove this whole piece, set it aside. Underneath that, next to each headlight, you'll see another push clip that looks like this. Pop the center out and remove the outer piece. Do the same next to the other headlight. In the center, you have another one of these push clips. Now look on each headlight right behind the grille, and you'll see another push clip that looks like that. Pop both of them out. There's one on each headlight, like I said. There we go. Take that out. There's also one right in the center below the hood latch. And this should be the last one holding this bumper cover onto the front of the vehicle. All right, now you can take your bumper cover and pull it right off. Right next to the fog light, you'll see a Phillips head screw. Let's remove that to unlock the fog light off of the bumper cover. There we go. Now you can pull the fog light assembly straight up and out. Over here, you'll see a few more Phillips head screws that need to be removed. These 2 hold the grille assembly onto the bumper cover. This one holds the chrome piece that sits in front of it, which we also have to remove. So take all 3 screws out. Make sure you save them all so that you can reuse them unless they're in poor condition, in which case you'd need to replace them. Now squeeze on these tabs to push the grille through the bumper cover, just like that. There's a little tab right there that needs to be pried. Okay, another one here, this one, and then just go along. One over here, and one over here. And right next to where the fog light was, there were a couple more. All right, that falls right out. So here it is, but we're not done because we need to remove these chrome pieces, unless you have new ones, to be transferred onto the new grille. So on the back side, with that screw removed, there is another one on here, which we couldn't see before because it was covered by the bumper cover. So remove that one as well. And now you should be able to remove this piece. There's a couple tabs here that you need to pry on very gently. You don't want to break them. Okay, hold downward pressure. Let's pop the other one out. All right, and there it is. There's the chrome piece. There's the grille, but we also have to remove the fog light bezel, so let's do that next. On the back side, it just has some clips that if you pry inward, it'll pop out. There are 3 of them. The last one is over here. All right. Sometimes they get stuck from sand and debris buildup. There's this, and there's your grille piece. Now take your new fog light grille bezel and line up all the chrome accents on it. Snap them down into place. Make sure these little tabs actually slide in, otherwise they will break if you press this on without them sliding in. Mine didn't, so I'm going to have to pop it back out. Be very careful with these, because if you're not replacing them, you have to really make sure that they go in properly. There we go. All right, it should slide in nice and smooth. That's locked in, no screws on this one. Then take this longer piece and line it up over here. This also has 2 clips. This also has 2 clips, but it also has 2 screws if you remember, so let's put those in now. There's one here and one over there, one on each end. I'm gonna snug these up, but don't make them too tight. They're going into plastic. You don't want to strip it. There's one. Might as well put the other one in right now. All right, and that's 2. Now bring this piece in from the front of the bumper, which is underneath for me, and make sure all these clips line up before you actually push it through so that they don't break. And once they do, clip it into place. Okay, there we go. Now let's secure it with the 2 screws that held it on. All right, and lastly, the fog light. Slide it into the little hook area here, just like that, and then drop it down onto the screw hole where you have to put the mounting screw through to secure it. All right, that's nice and snug. Because we removed it and especially messed with the entire bumper assembly, these may need to be re-aimed. To do that, you can stick a long Phillips head screwdriver in here from underneath the vehicle and aim your fog light up or down accordingly. Do the same to the other side bezel if you need to replace that one as well. Now take your bumper cover, bring it over, make sure you don't scratch your headlights or your fenders. Line it up. It should fit nice and flush around the headlights. On each side, you'll see that the bumper needs to connect into that plastic bracket up there. Tap it in. Also make sure the fender liner is behind the bumper cover, which it is not. So I'm gonna have to tuck it, just like that. Up here we had a push clip, small one. Down here we had this clamp style retainer. Press that bumper cover into it, press this in, and turn it 90 degrees to lock it. There we go. Don't forget to plug in your fog lights if your vehicle has them. Make sure the connector clicks. Here you want to make sure you tuck the splash shield underneath the bumper cover. However, where it comes to these clips, you want it to be over them. So it has to look something like this. Tucked here, over, and then tucked again, and then over, and then on the other side, same thing. Tuck it here, and then over. Let's put in the screws that hold all of this together. Don't tighten them up too much, you're going to break that plastic insert. And do the same to the other side. Now let's put the push clips back. Sneak your hand in here, stick this one through, clip it down. Do the same to the one on the other side, and this one in the center. Then there were 3 at the top. Then put this on, and all the push clips that go on here. There you have it. It's all reinstalled.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.